Unit 5 Test Study Guide, question number 3. When making rice, you use water, 1.5 parts water to 1 part dry rice. How much water do you need to make with 3 1/3 cups of rice? Set up a proportion. Start off with line equals line. Take the information they give you. They're giving you as water to rice. I'm going to go ahead and set it up that exact same way, water over rice. Labels are important because you need it to be the same on both sides of your proportion. So this is 1 1/2 over 1, and this is 3 1/3 cups of rice. We had rice on the bottom on this side. We need to put rice on the bottom on this side. So 3 1/3 goes on the bottom. We're looking for how much water, so we put an X on top for the amount of water. You could use your 5th grade method of saying, oh, it's equal fractions, and just what would you do to make 1 into 3 1/3? I'm going to go ahead and do the cross multiplying, and the work actually comes out to be the same, because on this side, I've got 1 times X. On this side, I'm going to do 1 1/2 times 3 1/3. On this side, I get my X. 1 times X is just X. This side, to multiply mixed numbers, change them into improper fractions, or fractions greater than 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Add it to the top. That 2 plus 1 gives me 3. This is 3 over 2. That would be better than a 3. And times, make this into a fraction greater than 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 1. This is 10/3. So we have 3 over 2 times 10 over 3. Reducing before you multiply is a wonderful skill, a wonderful trick. Both of these can be divided by 3, so divide them by 3. They become 1s. 2 and 10 can both be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now multiply numerator times numerator, you get 5. Denominator times denominator, you get 1. So X is 5 over 1, which is 5. You need 5 cups of water for 3 1/3 cups of rice. The next question, again, set up a proportion. Line equals line. Talking about miles per hour, and we're looking for how many hours it's going to take to run that many miles. I'm going to go ahead and set it up with miles over hours. And the ratio they give you is that you can go 3.5 miles in 0.75 hundredths of an hour, and you want to know how long it takes to run 7 miles. Miles were on top, put miles on top over here on this side, and we are looking for how many hours it will take. You could use the 5th grade method if you recognize what you would do to 3.5 to make it 7. On the test, though, the numbers may not work that easy, so I want to again remind you how to work with decimals. Cross multiplying. This is going to be 3.5 times X is going to equal 75 hundredths times the 7. Those two are going to be equal. Do the math. This is 3.5x. Simplify that just a little bit. And then do this math. 0.75 times 7. Forget about the decimal point. Act like it's 7 times 75. So 7 times 5 is 35. Carry a 3. 7 times 7 is 49. Plus the 3 is 52. That is what you get when you do your multiplying. Count your decimal places. There are 2 decimal places in the numbers that you are multiplying. You need 2 in your answer. So start at the end and count off 2 decimal places put the decimal point right there. That's where it is in your answer. So it is 5 and 25 hundredths. X is being multiplied by 3 and 5 tenths. You need to undo that. You undo that by dividing by exactly what they were multiplying by, 3 and 5 tenths. Do the same to this side. Divide by 3 and 5 tenths. Over here, you get your x. You get 1x, which is the same as x. On this side, you need to go off to the side and do the math. 5 and 25 hundredths is being divided, and it is being divided by 3 and 5 tenths. When you do dividing with decimals, first thing you do is make this a whole number, because when the divisor is a whole number, your decimal point goes straight up, and that's where it will be in your answer. So we make this a whole number by moving the decimal point one place to the right, like you multiply it by, as if you multiplied it by 10. Do the same to this number, multiply it by 10. Move the decimal point one place to the right, it goes straight up. That's where it is in your answer. You don't have to think about it anymore. Now just divide. 35 goes into 52. It goes once. Subtract. You're going to have to borrow. The 5 becomes a 4. Then that makes the 2 a 12. 5 from 12 is 7. 3 from 4 is 1. When you subtract, bring down your 5. And now you're looking at how many times can 35 go into 175. It goes 5 times exactly. So 5 times 35. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry a 2. 5 times 3 is 15, plus the 2 is 17. Yeah, there it is. It goes exactly. Nothing left over. Your answer is 1 and 5 tenths. It's a word problem. Make sense of this. How long does it take to run 7 miles? It's the time. That is 1 and 5 tenths hours.